All right. All those people that have been listening to me on the Commish Radio Show, I'd like to send a shout out to the people in Fort Worth, Texas. Since I've dropped the mic the last time around, they're calling me. They want me to come over there to Fort Worth. I see your jab. I think I'm going to make a run over to Fort Worth pretty soon, man. I'm going to make a run to Fort Worth and make sure you understand, man. Holler if you hear me. I just want you to holler if you hear me. Totally, I want to make sure that we get the vote out. I want to make sure we do more than get the vote out in Fort Worth. We need to do something about the things that are going on in the streets of Fort Worth and Dallas as well. This is the Commish Radio Show, as I've stated before, loved by many, hated by a few, respected by all, second to none. This is a message I want to send out to ICE. If you've been following me on social media, I've said that, hey, ICE is out of control, man. They are the Gestapo, totally Gestapo tactics they're using on Americans. Yes, because there are some Americans that are caught up in this iced up thing that's going on as well. And there are also people from they're coming over from other countries that are here. They're here. Some of them are legally here, and they're here illegally, and they're going into the court system, if you will. They're going into the court system, abiding by the laws that they've been put and set forth to, and they're going there and they're being arrested while they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is report. And then we have some people that are going out into the community, out into the streets, and jacking people up, knocking windows out of people's cars, going to schools, picking people up out of schools. They're doing all of this crazy madness because of that white supremacist in the White House. And I'm going to call it out. He's a white supremacist in the White House. I don't have no problem doing that. Now, some people have a problem with me saying it, and I'm not saying you're a bad person. You're just supporting a white supremacist. I mean, it's like being in love with somebody who is doing some terrible stuff. Obviously, you're in love with Donald Trump. I got it. I understand you in love with Donald Trump, but let me go ahead and give you a little bit of self-reflection on this. This is something what I wrote to Donald Trump today and to ICE. Let me read it. Let me get these readers all right quick. Hold on a second. Yep, got it. Message to ICE. I was not born in one of the United States. My name is Edward Emmanuel Gray. My family calls me Manny, and my brother is named Diego. Please send me back to the place of my birth, as I am a Washingtonian. I will wait for you at the airport. Over there, self-deportation. And then I close it off by saying free DC. Okay, now this is my point. I'm a Washingtonian. I wasn't born in one of the United States. Yep. Washingtonians are not born in one of the 50 states of the Union. I was born in a place called the District of Columbia. We have our own flag. We're not Colombians, we're Washingtonians. But see, if I was to say that to some people, some of these dumb, I was about to say dumbass. I'm glad I caught myself. I sure didn't want to call them dumbasses. I definitely did not want to call them dumbasses, because a lot of people who support people who do these things are dumbasses, and I would not call them dumbasses, so I'm not going to call them that. Some of these dumb people, see, you didn't hear me call them that. Some of these dumb people would have read just the first portion of this where I said, my name is Manny, and I have a brother named Diego, and I am a Washingtonian. They would have picked up on that, and they would have said, send them back. But they would not have realized that I have a legal right to be here because I was born in the United States. Not one of the United States, but I was born in the United States. And just because I have a name that is a Spanish name, Spanish-style name, that does not give you the right to think that I am not worthy to be here. But however, that is what's happening in a lot of cases. Some people, because they have Spanish names, they are being called out. Because they look a particular way, they are being called out. And they are being harassed. And we see this every day in the streets of Fort Worth, in the streets of Dallas. Just look around. Home Depots are being searched and everything. People of ICE and everything are going up on that. But you know, this is what we have to do. We have to finish this program called the American Experience. So I want to go ahead and go back to what was said on one of the comments I made. So go look at the comments. Go look at the comments. It says from Delna Bryan, who writes, Dr. Ed Gray, this was a beautiful message to ICE. More of us should fill the inbox with appropriate messages like this. Thank you for sharing this with us. I have to reiterate here, when I grow up, I would like to be brilliant as you, my friend. That's very nice of you. You're making me blush. And one person says, you are a riot. Many will not get your humor. Yep, that's the reason why I had to explain it, Miss Kathleen Wolf. I had to explain it that way because some people don't understand that. They don't understand this whole deal. They don't understand how this works out, and how it should be worked out. So that is what we have to make sure that we do this. We have to make sure that we are making America hold to its principles, making sure America hold to its principles of the Constitution of the United States. I just happen to have my Constitution, but I think I have another one in the car. I think I may send it to Donald Trump because he doesn't know about the Constitution of the United States. He doesn't understand the Constitution of the United States. He doesn't understand that we are all, as human beings, exercise the human rights of everyone. But when ICE does what it does, it also threatens the rights of every single one of us as Americans. It threatens us. It threatens us totally. And this is something that I want to make sure that you understand this, because you may not be in a situation where they're going to send you back to someplace, but you're in a situation where your rights are threatened every day. I mentioned the fact earlier about send me back to my home country, if you will, of Washington, D.C. Do you realize in Washington, D.C., that we have 700,000 Americans that have no voting representation whatsoever? And they have in the District of Columbia quartered American troops to be there. That's the National Guard. That's the militia. They're quartered American troops to be there. And this is what we have happening here now. That is a right. That is the same right that's in this Constitution that people actually fought for and died for when they talked about the fact that the British, the King of England, King George III, had quartered British troops in Boston, Massachusetts. But yet we have quartered troops in Washington, D.C., conceivably, I thought, to help with the crime problem. But you see what has happened with the crime problem in Washington, D.C. Where are they going to for the crime problem in Washington, D.C.? They're up on Capitol Hill. They're not in Southeast Washington, D.C. The time that they was in Southeast Washington, D.C., they got dealt with. Go look it up. Just don't trust my word. Go look it up. But when we talk about ICE, baby. ICE, baby. Come on. We don't need no ICE, no Gestapo tactics and everything. ICE is doing all of this craziness, but they are making sure that when they do this, they are harming all of us. They're harming all of us. So when we see this, we must go ahead and take a look at this and realize that we have to do more than just giving lip service. So I'm going to read another comment on that, and then we're going to go to a break, and then we are going to go back. Let's see what we have here. We have this comment from Angel Del Rio. I'm reading from you guys. Angel Del Rio. He writes in Spanish and in English. We want to make sure everybody hears me. So he says, I should not be allowed on the streets of USA. Those people must be prosecuted and permanently imprisoned. The harm they cause the families, to the economy, and to the community is the real crime and the greatest act of domestic terror. Whoever created this chaos, we know who it is, also needs to be prosecuted, stripped of all privileges, and permanently incarcerated. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Because, see, that's on the Ed Gray political page. Join it. We have some people that that have some, good thoughts, and then we have some people who have some thoughts that I frankly like to leave on it, because if I didn't have to talk to it, I probably wouldn't have a show today, right? But anyway, that being said, that's what Angel was talking about. Angel Del Rio, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to make sure this show is dedicated to people like you who've been calling in, writing, and everything. But this is what it's about. ICE needs to be defunded. I'll say that. They need to be defunded. Cut their funds off. Cut their funds off to where they originally at. They have one of the largest budgets now around. They sending people back. 1 million people. 1 million people. They're sending people back. And then at the same time, the white supremacist chief, the head of the Republican Party, Republiklan, Texas, I just want to spell it Texas style, Republican Party. So the Republican Party supports Donald Trump. Yep, I'm saying that too. If you're going to come on my page and talk stupid, I'm going to give you something stupid to talk about. There it is. So that's what's said on it. There it is, Republican. There I go. I said it. Okay, what you going to do? Defund me? You don't give me no money, so I guess you can't do that. Defriend me? Oh, the only reason why you look at the page in the first place is so you can say something stupid. The only thing you have to say is, well, I'm going to say this because I know you'll respond to it. Someone respond to it. Someone responded to it this way. This would be like back in the day when they have a disc, disc tape, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's what this is about. This is what this is about. So now we must do something about ICE. Cut their budget down to where it was before. Let them do what they had to do before. And the last thing, but certainly not the least, take the damn mask off. Take the mask off. Take the mask off. ICE got masks like they Klansmen. They come in like they Klansmen. They knock on your door and everything, have guns already drawn. Only thing they need to do is burn a damn cross. But I guess they ain't coming after black people, so they understand the cross don't work with that. And when we come back, we'll talk about the cross and what we saw this year. Hit me back. We'll see you back on the flip side. Take care.
Tired of overpriced tires and alignment issues that just won't quit? It's time to